Hi guys, so we're here with a new video, and this video will be a showcase video about Enhancement Shaman. So we did some threes yesterday, and it was like late in the evening, and I really didn't play with sound because I was listening to music, and since music would copyright strike my videos, I decided to remove the background sound. So we're playing 3v3 with a turbo, and I really enjoy Enhancement Shaman. And we also saw a lot of Enhancement Shamans. I think it's just one of those things where an Enhancement Shaman is currently good in the meta, and a lot of people were actually hesitating between like playing Enhancement Shaman and maybe like thinking they were going to be F tier, or they're going to play Enhancement Shaman because they're like very strong. And currently I think Enhancement Shaman is probably A tier or even maybe S tier in some comps, but we're going to talk about just a spec just by itself. I think it's a very A tier spec. It is meta in the sense where you are kind of good versus classes because of wind shear being able to reduce the magical effects of like the one thing that you're going to interrupt. Like the damage is just insane. What we're producing right now is just insane. Right now we're waiting for the PS to drop off, and then at one point I'm just going to one shot like someone. Like for example here, I think I ele blast him, like I push him away, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I just walk out of it. I don't remember. But we won this match pretty heavily. We have an ascendance block. Silence interrupted the disc priest, and then the damage is enough with elemental blast doing a 120k. I think my friend, it's not really a friend, like someone that I found on LFG, his damage is very low. It's an arms warrior with a very low damage. And we won our first 3v3 match yesterday. I did a lot of like, how it's called, I did a lot of like LFG game, I would say. So I tried to find people and didn't really find. So once I had like a group with an arms warrior and a mistweaver, I thought like, okay, why not? Like, why not just play, right? And here, for example, I just do my first storm strike is directly a pump for like a sentence proc, which is insane. He did PS, so now we're switching on the Retribution Paladin, and at that point I just push out the Retribution Paladin, try to walk out of the barrier so that he just has to stay if he wants to damage me, and just like, again, I'm just pumping them, right? They have nothing to do. Like this really is a bit bad in the sense where he is really backpedaling a lot. It is what it is. I tried to hex him multiple times because I felt like, okay, I'm not going to make the game last very long, so I'm just trying to CC the disc. He has a trinket, but at least his trinket he will be popped very soon. So I tried to CC him again. I tried to fake off. I think precog on Enhancement Shaman might be very good because people are just kicking you all the time on hex. So if they miss their kick, you will be able to just pump and not get CC'd. And sometimes it is enough to win a game. Sometimes they're going to pop a stun, not knowing you have a precog, and it's enough to actually like win games. Now I need to make it. I don't have it right now. And it's also very good because I'm playing Elemental Shaman, right? So I'm not going to duplicate every single stuff I have. So I prefer to being able to just make it for Enhancement Shaman and Elemental Shaman and then just play around with that. Overall, I really had a lot of fun with Enhancement Shaman. I played around with a lot of PvP talents here and there. I played with like Wind Shear and Grounding Totem together, played with Burrow, without Burrow, played with Stormweaver and without Stormweaver. Again, whenever you're playing with Stormweaver, your healing is reduced though, so that's a problem. I also played games without Elemental Blast and only with Lightning Bolt instead of Elemental Blast, that's it. Sometimes it felt good, sometimes it felt really bad because I really enjoy the stats increase on Elemental Blast. So whenever you're doing it you get like mastery, crit, or haste. Depending on your luck, you get like a great stat, like for example haste or mastery, and improves every single damage. Like I tried to CC the BM to slow down the freezing trap, but it didn't really work out that way. And right now he popped every single CD in the other start of the match, right? He did astral shift and such. So I hold up my doom wins with my heroism pretty much for whenever he was actually like without defensive. And then I had like an ascendance proc, and that's it. Like the damage is really nice. I tried to hex the disc priest. I hexed him for 2-3 seconds mostly, but he trinketed anyways, and then he left. again 3 wins in a row, and then I'm going to show you a 4th one to again emphasize the actual enjoyment I have with Enhancement Shaman. I think it's a fantastic spec. It's a versatile spec, to be honest, a bit more than previous season, because you have like a dispel protection, and sometimes dispel protection is enough to give a deterrent for the healer to actually dispel. I think it's a very like legit spec right now. And if you are like hesitating between playing Enhancement Shaman because of the previous seasons, or at least previous season, because it's only like the 2nd season of Dragonflight, you should definitely play it. Actually, it was already quite good previous season, but I really think like right now you can pump massive damage. You see, I'm always top damage, right? And my friend Leon Troyer is like least damaging spec of the lobby over every time, and then he decided to rage quit pretty much when we lost versus an affliction warlock and a shadow priest. But his damage was abysmal. But it is what it is, right? And that's LFG. Whenever you lose 1 or 2 times, people are just leaving, and it is what it is. But I didn't really mind it because I had to go afterwards. So, but I wanted to do some trees because again, I want to play more trees, want to analyze more twos games, and in general, you see that we pump a lot of damage, and I try to keep up the damage versus the Retribution Paladins and the Arms Warrior. And you see at one point they don't have any defensives anymore to respond to my damage. For the good or for the worse, like heroism, put it on your Arms Warrior, and then you have like both a PI, which is insane, really. Enhancement Shaman is the only spec that can give a PI except a priest, right, to their allies, which is like mind-boggling because people are like legit like waiting for those kinds of buffs to do a lot of damage. Like imagine if you had like a devastation evoker, or imagine if you had like a better warrior, because this one is not really the best. If you're playing like with a demon hunter or a windwalker or whatever, haste is always nice. Every single class really loves haste. There's like a few classes or specs that really doesn't really need the haste. Like for example, subtlety rogue, they build like 0% haste basically, but they would benefit from it. And or you can also do that on your healer if you feel like his healing is like a bit slowed down. You can put a haste like heroism on them, and they can then heal for a bit more and faster, and GCGs and such. So you should play around that. But overall, I think it's a fantastic spec. It's a fun spec. I would recommend 100% of the time to try it out. It is a complicated spec because of the button bloat. There is a lot of buttons to press. There is a lot of utilities that you have to keybind. There's a lot of things that you would say, should I really make space for it on my cast, like on my bars? And yes, often not, the response should be yes. There's not a lot of like space to do some like macros where you can like join two spells into one macro. That's not possible for the Enhancement Shaman, for example, except for heroism. A lot of things are like things that you have to spam, like for example Frost Shock and Flame Shock. You should actually always keep it up on your main target at least. And try to do storm strikes whenever you can, lightning bolts whenever you can, heal yourself whenever you have to, and it's just a fantastic spec, right? And you see often with the end scores, every single end score you saw, I had like a lot of healing, right? I'm looking forward. Not this one, like again, unfortunately I don't have like one video to show, but you can like go back and see the healing I done every single round, and it was always very close to the other healers, right? Which is a good thing, I guess, because you're a hybrid. But if you want to learn how to Enhancement Shaman, I've made a guide, a PvP guide, about 2 builds that you can play, and it's one of those specs where you can have multiple play styles, which is actually a very fun thing. If you're like me, you're an alcoholic, sometimes playing Enhancement Shaman or even Elemental Shaman can be enough to actually like stop the urge of alting. But I do alt and I do main other specs because I want to make more content about those specs and more classes and such on my channel. If you want to check that out, in the description you will find the PvP guide, and I will make more social for matches, more 2v2s, 3v3s, RBG matches, and try to analyze this with you a bit more in depth. Right now it's just my first impressions, not really my first impressions because I did play a lot in the not in the preseason, but like the week before the start of the season. which is yesterday it started. Pretty much played a lot of Enhancement Shaman and I really liked it, but it's more like my first 3v3 official matches for the season, and it went very well with LFG, no voice, pretty much. So thank you for watching this video, I really appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want some PvP content. We make discussion videos, tier lists, PvP guides, discussion videos, again, gameplay videos, PGs, RPGs, 2v2, 3v3, solo shuffle. You got everything on my channel, so please do subscribe. We will catch each other very soon in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.